Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nia Fitriani. I am manager in Permata Lab. Today, I would like to present about coronavirus infection in Indonesia. Since January, when this new type of coronavirus was announced to be able to transmit between humans and has colonized various countries other than Wuhan in China, the coronavirus began to spread in the country of Indonesia. In March 2020, the spread of the coronavirus in Indonesia was getting higher, but some areas were infected. The increase began to flare up in April to July, and the spread throughout Indonesia was already infected with the coronavirus. However, in August, until now, the spread of the coronavirus began to subside, unlike last month's presentation increased very high. The decrease in the spread of the virus occurred because many people had complied with the health protocols recommended by the Indonesian government, and as a result, the regulations were still implemented today. In the diagram above, we can see that the spread of the coronavirus in March 2020 obtained a percentage of 55% healthy, 15% sick. Then, in April to July, the percentage got the highest percentage of sufferers infected with the coronavirus because in April to July, the government still did not comply with healthy protocols, so that in that month the percentage of sufferers increased by 5% from the previous month. That is, in April 2020, 70% were healthy, 25% of patients were sick, and 15% of patients were healed. In May, 60% were healthy, 25% of patients were sick, and 15% of patients were healed. In June, it was found that 55% were healthy, 30% of patients were sick, and 15% of patients were healed. In July, 45% were healthy, 35% of patients were sick, and 20% of patients were healed. Then, in August, the percentage of numbers began to decline with a percentage of 75% healthy, 10% of patients sick, and 15% of patients were healed. This is because in August, a lot of people adhere to health protocols, so that the percentage level is decreasing. The spread of the coronavirus through liquid droplets that come from the respiratory tract and mouth. Symptoms experienced in coronavirus patients include aches and pains, nasal congestion, headache, sore throat, diarrhea, loss of sense of taste and smell. Maybe you have any question? Therefore, we begin to comply with health protocols such as washing hands, wearing masks, and avoiding crowds, so that we can avoid the coronavirus, which can threaten someone's life. And Indonesia is starting to be able to return to normal activities. Stop the spread of COVID-19 and stay at home. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.